Welcome to episode 2, where I take the 46 best comics in the world and show you how you can learn to draw from them. Last week I showed you the 10 Rick Leonardi issues. Today it is Todd McFarlane, the man, the myth, the legend. First I'll show you what not to do. If you, for example, see this page and want to draw anatomy like your hero, you can of course trace and get a very cool drawing. But this will not teach you anything. Tracing is not without its merit. For example, if you can find a standing pose like this and just trace the outlines, you can kind of reverse engineer the anatomy and see how your favorite artist places the muscles. In the same way, if I just draw what's on this page, it becomes a very weird drawing. But if I want to learn how to draw a cool Al Simmons face like this, I have to think about what went underneath this, what was left out by the inking. So starting from scratch with the basic shape of a head. Let's just go straight to the inking. What did he draw? Huge eyebrow. Little drop here on that part. Straight down to the cheek. The typical trapezoid lip of McFarlane. Top part of the bottom lip is just hinted at. But under the bottom lip, there's a shadow that defines it into a cheek muscle, but not the jaw. The jaw is another line, and just a little bit of that muscle as well. I don't know if this is the ear or some kind of earpiece. I think it's an earpiece. I usually just draw mouths like this, and I never really thought about keeping that space open. One thing I learned today, when this issue came out, my world changed. Let's just compare last week's Rick Leonardi. Both of them start the scene with a busy crowd, very well drawn here, but here you kind of feel like you're amongst them. There's a ton of detail and you can feel the atmosphere of the busy street. Usual comics continue like this, but McFarlane, kapoom! Yeah, so impressive. Even though it's exaggerated and cartoony, there's just something so realistic about it. And I think it's thanks to all the detail he puts in the background. Even all these people one by one. Here, these two are quite similar. Web slinging, smaller shot. Even though Leonardi also puts nice detail and perspective in it, this is just a little bit more in your face. Also the fact that the webbing gets out of the panel, the knee here, he comes out of the panel, the yellow around the border, everything a bit unconventional, and especially here. This is McFarlane's strength, just thinking completely out of the box, black all the way up to the edge. The panel in the back continues, and this is on top of it. Again, tons of detail in the walls, manga action lines. No wonder McFarlane named his book The Devil's in the Details. By the way, if you are a fan, must have this book. Let's study that detail a bit, what he actually is doing. This foot would, in another artist's hands, just probably get maybe some hatching there. But there's so much going on. Zoom in. Some circular lines, parallel thin ones going all across here as well, and a ton of those small specks times 2. I always wonder if he has a system or instinctively drops those lines. Here, this is a good one to study as well. Wendigo's eye. Lemonade, I made it just for you. So we have to think in terms of areas, and then each of the areas gets a different direction of lines. So the biggest one, that direction, this second one, this, the one under the eye, again diagonal, The one under that straight down. This one also straight down. Okay, let's just start with that. And also a ton of small dots. My transitions between the black and the lines is still too sudden, but he doesn't actually use cross-hatching. It's all parallel. They kind of stay on their own patch. So what I'm doing now is cross-hatching, but that's not actually what he does to create that effect. Tricky stuff. Better, but look at how clean McFarlane's parallel lines are. None of them cross each other compared to mine. The line master. I think McFarlane went to university for graphic design, and yeah, he is a design guy. Like how he makes the hair almost abstract straight lines. Of course, all the cool page layout designs. This page here from the Torment issues is, I think, the perfect example to explain why McFarlane is so good. First of all, he just doesn't really care about perspective. I mean, he does draw perspective, like the couch is in perspective, but I am sure he is not giving it as much attention as John Romita Jr. does. You can see in his pencils, he drops perspective grids on every page, even if it's just characters. So, yeah, McFarlane senses where to put everything, and it looks good. Who cares, right? I mean, what if the perspective is slightly off? It's all about the result. In soccer, you'd say Pele versus Maradona. Billy Joel versus Michael Jackson. Check this out. The black outlines fits perfectly with this story. That doom, doom, doom. Very cool effect that comes back in the whole issue. Besides the word balloons, you have the characters. So Spider-Man, Lizard, Craven's girlfriend, booty shot. And then another thing that McFarlane is a genius at, the layers, like in Spawn, moon, background layer, the face overlaid, then coming to us in perspective, and another abstract layer on top with that timer. It's all about the layers. Here as well in the first issue, background, main figure, and then even crossing the border again. Front layer, middle layer, back layer. Plus, nice bonus effect with that shadow that creates a negative space for the Spidey sense. Nice design effect again here as well. So we have main characters in the mid layer, then just enough to let us know they're in a church. The stained glass windows, just a hint of a pillar always present in a church. Another stained glass window. Then on the front layer, candle and some bowls of incense, and then whatever space is left gets filled with the smoke. Some more candles, smoke, smoke, smoke crossing. Here again, just a little bit of empty space. Fill it up with smoke. Even here, candle, 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 smoke, smoke, smoke. Then, because we have a close-up of a face and a leg to show that he's hunched, we have a little bit of space, but again, that gets filled up with the drop effects. Hunched over Spidey. Just enough to let us know what's going on. Little bit of space for the church. Then finally, just a side view. Instead of just drawing the whole creature, you don't need that. You just need eyes, teeth, and claws to create a scary creature. Just to top it off, a little bit of those Bill Sienkiewicz dizzy effects that help to create that sick feeling together with the doom, doom, doom. Every part of this page is used. We have the layers, we have the detail everywhere again, tons of detail. Here, even in the white part of his mask, he has the lines, little specks everywhere, filled to the brim with awesomeness. Let's see if I can make a little homage drawing. A dark alley with bad guy and Daredevil coming towards him. Alright, thank you for watching. This was the McFarlane part of the stack. Join me next week to see who's next. Bye.